Hey there, Cam here from Training Talk. Welcome to this week's episode of Endurance Coaching Business. Endurance Coaching Business is brought to you by me, Cam, at Training Talk. And Training Talk is an all-in-one endurance coaching platform where you can coach your clients, communicate, share content, and do it all online in a branded way. Full branding customization tools. If you're on our ultimate plan, you can even get your own apps installed into the app stores under your own app name. So that's a little bit about what I'm going to discuss today, actually. So who controls your coaching brand? So branding is pretty important, and the big coaching platforms like TrainingPeaks, they're awesome platforms. They've set the standard for training delivery and athlete management. They've got awesome features. I'm a user of TrainingPeaks, but they come with a bit of a downside from a coaching business perspective, is that your brand is often relegated to the background. Or, for example, in TrainingPeaks, a basic header that they let you configure in terms of branding. So TrainingPeaks, for example, they build an ecosystem that encourages athletes to think of their platform first, not their coach's brand. So this isn't a criticism of the platform itself, because they offer a lot of value for coaches. However, I think it's important to understand that their business model doesn't primarily rely on coaches being successful. So their focus is often growing the overall platform and their base of athletes, which can sometimes overshadow the individual coaching business's role in that ecosystem. So lots of coaches do a great job of building their brand outside of the platform, of course, in the real world, creating meaningful interactions with their athletes, hosting events, and actively promoting their personal brand, even on social media, etc. But once athletes interact with them through a coaching platform, then that brand often becomes a bit compromised. So as the platform's branding takes over, it dilutes the brand of the coaching business that you worked hard to create. So in TrainingPeaks, for example, the athlete experience is often framed as TrainingPeaks is delivering your training experience. So as a result, athletes can overestimate the platform's contribution to their success. So when in reality, it's the coach who provides most of the value towards the athletes achieving their goals. So a few examples of what happens in a platform-centric coaching platform, not a coach business-centric platform. So logging in, when athletes log in, they typically see the platform's logo and branding, not the coach's logo at all. And this immediately puts the platform in the center of the athlete's experience. Notifications, so emails and app notifications, they often come from the platform itself, not from the coach. The coach might not even be mentioned in it, other than what the content they put in the actual workouts, making it seem as though it's the platform guiding their progress rather than the coach. So this is subtle and subconscious. So they're not explicitly guiding them, but the subtleties of the brand and the experience is all focused on the coaching platform, not the coach's brand. Content discovery, so that's another one. Athletes are often presented with training plans or content from other coaches within the platform, or even from the platform itself. So that makes it easy for the athletes to see other options that allows them to bypass their current coach that they're working with. The app interface itself, so the entire app interface is usually branded around the platform, not the coach. So making the platform's presence dominant in the athlete's daily training routine. So some platforms offer limited branding options. You put your logo in, maybe a coloured header, but they are all pretty cursory elements and can even look pretty bad or out of place, or even clash with the platform's colour scheme and branding. So the other thing around this is the fact that the other platforms like TrainingPeaks have a marketplace business model. So if you're a coach in TrainingPeaks, so your offering sits side by side with hundreds, actually probably thousands of other coaches in the TrainingPeaks coach directory. So, and you're even often competing with TrainingPeaks itself, because athletes can not only just jump from one coach to the other inside the platform, they can also just buy a premium subscription from TrainingPeaks and bypass a coach altogether. So that value that you've worked so hard to create can be diluted a bit by the platform's approach to promoting its own subscriptions and other coaches' services. And again, it's positioning itself as the central hub where athletes can coach themselves or easily switch allegiance between different coaching businesses. So with this model, it makes it more challenging to build loyalty. Sure, you've probably built up a lot of loyalty with your athletes, but it does make it harder. And you end up putting in the hard work as a coach, getting your athletes to a certain level, and then only for them potentially to be wooed away by, maybe even at a weak moment, by TrainingPeaks promoted alternative. And it does make in a subtle way, makes your role seem interchangeable, at least within the training platform. So other industries, almost every other industry, like professional industries, service businesses, have many more opportunities, many more platforms to choose from that allow you to build your own brand. So for accountants, lawyers, nutritionists, consultants, even personal trainers, the tools and platforms available typically work to support and enhance the service provider's brand, not compete with it. So, for example, scheduling platforms for personal trainers even allow heavy branding and customization. So it allows the professional to maintain their own consistent presence inside and outside of the platform for a much more cohesive client experience. So in these other industries, clients know exactly who they're working with all of the time through every interaction in the platform, and that reinforces their brand. So it helps build trust, loyalty, personal recognition. I know you're doing all of these things outside of the platform that are building this out, but it's working against the platform, especially at the platforms like TrainingPeaks where it dominates the branding. So some places in other industries and similar platforms that allow you to do things. So custom branding. So most of the platforms allow for fully customize the client interface, brand, color scheme. So your brand takes center stage. The communication channels. So emails, notifications, all branded for the service provider's business. Again, reinforcing their identity at every touch point. No marketplace. So there's a lot of platforms available for other industries that don't have a marketplace model. So they don't promote competing professionals. If you're a client in the platform, you'll never ever see a competing professional. They don't have their own services that they sell to clients. They purely allow the service provider to focus on building their own unique client relationship. So in almost every other industry, brand equity is critical, and the platforms understand that, and they give the business the power to do that. So whether they're an accountant, a lawyer, a personal trainer, the clients that they attract and retain, they do so, and the same with endurance coaches. You attract and retain your clients because of you, because of your expertise, your personality, and the unique way that you coach that your clients have brought into. But in the endurance coaching industry, it seems to be a bit of a glaring exception that there aren't platforms available that allow this customization. So when athletes think about their training, they often think about the platform, not the coach behind it. TrainingPeaks is everywhere in the TrainingPeaks platform. So I'm not picking on TrainingPeaks, it's just they're the best example because they're the incumbent, everyone knows them, and they were the first to build this model out. So in TrainingPeaks, almost every interaction is TrainingPeaks says do this today. TrainingPeaks shows you these analytics. TrainingPeaks said that you beat your 5K best time today instead of the coach said that. So that means that ultimately it's TrainingPeaks that gets the lion's share of the brand equity, not you. Again, it's subtle, it's subconscious and it's subtle, but it's there. But I don't think that the endurance coaching landscape should be like that. That's why I've built this more customization and branding tools into training tools. Because I don't think the platform should dominate the experience with the athlete. That the platform that hosts your business in the platform shouldn't be dominating the experience for the athlete. So, if you're looking for something else other than the options that are out there now, so you can take more control of your brand, build a more tailored experience for your clients, then all of the plans and training tool come with the ability to brand and customize the platform. So even our mobile apps, now your clients will download the Training Talk mobile app, but as soon as they're inside there, we show them your color scheme, your logo, your customizable menu, and you can control all of that from inside the admin dashboard. And if you want to take it to if you want to take it to the next level again, we have our ultimate plan, where we actually take our mobile app, we install it in the app stores under your own name. You get your own icons, your own loading screens, your own app store listing, and we publish those and we manage them all without you need to worrying about bugs or updates or further development. As we build new features into our main app and fix bugs, we then just automatically apply those to your app and put them in the app store. So Training Talk can allow you to elevate your brand above the noise, above all of the coaches all using TrainingPeaks, all in the same thing, all competing with each other in the same place with no real differentiation around the way that they deliver their training. So if you think your business deserves the spotlight, I'd love to show you how our all-in-one endurance coaching platform could help. So links wherever you're listening or reading to our website, so you can book a demo with me or start a trial. You can start a trial on any of our plans, and even if you wanted to jump up to our ultimate plan at some point, we can just upgrade you from there. You don't need to rebuild everything from scratch. So we're great to hear from you if you really value your brand and would like something a little bit more branded and customizable for your business. So I will talk to you again soon.